Goodness me. Well, I'm bloody grateful for Google Maps. I never would have found the joint. Oh, Lord, what a lovely part of the world. I've got a young fella looking for some bees. I've got some bees that are looking for a young fella, I think. Look at them out on surveillance. Oh, look at this. Hey, Jesse, how you going, champ?
Hey, good.
I finally turned up.
I made you wait here, you found it.
Oh, mate, it's pretty cool. There's a lovely part of the world.
Yes,
Goodness
thank you.
gracious, it'd be hard coming to work, I reckon, of a morning.
Oh, it is. You don't really want to get out of bed in a view like this.
Just
But
look over there and go, oh.
yeah.
Now you'll be able to think about the fact that the bees are flying.
Well, exactly. That's the one thing that is missing is bees to look after Mum's garden. She's a bit disappointed by the lack of bees. So hopefully we can give her a hand.
We'll address the problem.
Yes.
Yes, I like it. And I reckon after all your good work the other week helping me clean up my extraction plant, I thought this is reasonable payment.
Yes, thank you.
Shall we go and have a bit of a perusal where we're going to have a look at? I see you got some nice dandelion growing, that's always good.
We do.
They like a bit of pollen out of that.
I've got a spot up in mind, so we can head around the back and I'll show you what I'm thinking at this stage.
Fair enough. We'll have a bit of a sneak around here and see what's going on. Be out of the way too. So you don't have to worry too much about it. As long as you don't forget them, otherwise they'll be like, where is my master?
No. But I'm excited because it'll give me something to do on the weekends.
Yeah.
You know,
cool.
keep track of them, count them all one by one.
Count them all.
It is a little bit of a cliff.
Yeah,
just on the other side of the cliff is the water.
Yeah.
$30 from Paramount Browns for the
awesome.
barrel.
That's the way. Chickens will not be impressed if they're in their water. Ah, cool. You got the pool noodle.
Yeah, but I watched one of your videos and I got the idea from you, and so
that should
it
be
up
good.
yesterday.
Yep.
These, and hopefully that keeps them out of the chickens and out of the spa, because Dad doesn't want them near the spa. So.
Mate.
Yep. How often do you think I'm going to have to fill it up, or how quick will they go through it?
Well, being that you've only got one hive, it'll probably take a little while. One hive will try to use up on a really hot day. It might use about 10 litres, perhaps, roughly. So you got 200 litres. So you got a fair while there.
Yeah, it should be good then.
Yeah, but I mean that's when it's crazy hot in the Riverland. So
just keep an eye on it. It doesn't get that hot here.
No.
So just keep an eye on it. Fill it up. Should I change it, or they don't really care about?
As long as it doesn't get weirdly too mouldy. I think the rule of thumb is if you wouldn't drink it, the bees probably shouldn't be. Okay,
that's a good idea. I drink it at the moment. It's nice and fresh, rainwater, straight out of the hose.
No, so it should be all good. They'll find plenty of other spots like the rainwater tank down here. They'll find a little leaky hose. And it's amazing where they end up foraging for water.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is what you have to do. You have to have some water available, but I don't think they'll die of thirst in this countryside.
No, they shouldn't. Come through Narnia.
Very good.
And we were thinking somewhere along here. Dad's got to get into the tank there for cleaning it, so we thought maybe here would be nice. It's nice and flat.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. That's a nice spot.
Nice during summer, it'll keep them nice and cool. They've got a nice flight path.
Yep.
Because I know one thing is you don't want it to be a busy area where their flight path is. Let them go in and out with peace.
Yep, definitely.
Straight out to the trees.
Too close to a fence because you get weird out with that. That's plenty. They'll come in.
Yeah, thought there they'll be able to still have a nice amount of room before the fence.
My only thought being that these are gum trees and they're not going to be deciduous, during the winter months it might get a bit cool. Perfect during summer, but anyway, you can monitor that.
Yeah, well there's other spots in the garden that they might be nicer during winter when it's a bit cooler. And it looks like it's going to be a warm summer. Here might be a nice spot to start them out, see how they go, and if I have to move them one night, then so be it.
Well, they'll stay warm anyway. They're pretty hardy. It's more about the amount of foraging they can do when it's warm, when it's cooler. Yeah. But they usually regulate themselves anyway and get the less brood, and then they can fly a bit more, because that's really why they can't fly, is because they're looking after their babies in the box. And so the amount of brood they've got to the amount of foragers that they can let out. We'll see how many are still in the box or how many are in the back of the ute, and then hopefully they'll figure out where the hell they all meant to be. Oh, whew, I hope I didn't run over anything.
No, I think you're good. So, we got some presents on the weekend.
Very
from my sister.
snazzy. Is that for your birthday?
Yes, it was for my birthday.
Very nice.
Nice new smoker.
Hey, that's kind of cool. That's got a little thing on the back for your tool to go in.
Which is what I think. So that's what also got.
Is that what?
Little hive tool.
Oh, mate, that is clever. That is very funky.
But
I might have to get one of them. That's kind of groovy.
It's very cool.
I always leave me hive tool.
Yeah, it's perfect. But my favourite part of it
the brush
was the brush, because there's a story to it. So when my sister was down collecting this stuff from the bee shop in Adelaide, she saw this and said, "Oh, Mum, there's a bee brush." So Mum got all excited, thinking it was a tiny little brush to brush the bees.
Like to keep them clean.
Yeah.
Little cleaning brush.
I don't know, apparently so. And then when she saw this, she was a bit confused. She thought this was going to be a tiny little brush
to clean their hair.
But this is good because I wouldn't have thought of this, but this will be helpful if I ever need to sweep up some bees. So.
Oh, it's also helpful if you're like when you're playing around and you actually want to just move them out of the way. You can move them away without crushing them too much. Yeah. So a wide broom, like a dustpan broom, you know, then they all get stuck in there. Whereas this you can just brush them away, and it's really handy when you're doing a cutout or when you get a swarm in that bird box up there next year. So we open up the back of this tarp and see what sort of excitement we've got.
Give it a go.
Since we've been so cowed to cuff, look at them. They've actually found this little gap and they're going in there foraging already. Hello, girls. What's going on? I know it's not the normal routine of delivering bees in the middle of the day. I've got them under a cover, so hopefully they'll be all good, but we'll find out. How many bees are under this rug? Is the next question. That's what I've gone on. Me little bits moved. Somewhere in the back of here I've got a hive lock, I reckon, that I brought along. So look, no expense spared, young man. I'll give you the queen excluder. So
thank you.
Carry that bit.
Thank you.
Try not to get stung in the first hour. I think they're a little bit like, what the hell happened? All in here having cups of tea, telling stories about the adventures. That's what happened, the lid moved. I thought something exciting had happened in here. Hello, ladies. Hopefully you can find everybody after you do this. Oh! I should have put this on, but anyway. You know, what is it? Shoulda, coulda, woulda, something like that.
Woulda, coulda, didn't. Shoulda,
coulda, maybe, could have, maybe did it and nothing happened. Rightio, chickie babes. Now everybody just relax and pretend that you're well behaved. I wonder back in the day when they had beehives on the back of like a horse and cart, that they had them open and then because they could forage backwards and forwards because the horse and cart wouldn't be going real fast.
I wonder if we've got any bees left.
Oh, there'll be bees in here somewhere. Hopefully. We'll get really excited now. Everybody look out. Here we go. They're not happy to see us. Rightio. Well, we'll just let them catch their breath and then we'll go and light our smoker up and we'll come back and put the super on for you.
Yeah.
Hello, they're all over here. What's going on, girls? They've definitely reorientated to the wrong spot. Oh, Lord, they can probably smell themselves. That's all right. I'll tell you what we'll do. By the time we get the smoker lit, we'll let them get into that box, which is your super anyway.
Carry them
and
over.
we can take them in that. Are you going in that super, you darlings? What are you doing? Honestly, that is not cricket. This is why you do this in the dark.
Because they're all asleep.
Yes. Little flamethrower. I ended up just buying the ones with the gas in because you can get ones that you can regas. So you can regas these too.
Yep.
By the time you regas them, the jolly flicky bit's about knackered anyway. Well, I don't know. Apparently I should give you some lessons on the smoker, but if you watch the show more than once, you'll know me and the smoker does not best of friends.
No.
My excuse for that is, though, is that I've a lot of reframing going on. The main trick is, see how I've got this hessian rolled up in two different little circles?
Oh, yep.
So then it can just burn two piles and you've got a bit of air in plate. You can use a little bit of like metho or, I use a bit of pipe cleaner sometimes. But
there we go, that's excited.
Really, you don't need to get too crazy, depending on the... Yep, just flip it over a bit. I reckon if I give you the smoker, apparently that you've got that under control, keep it smoking. I'll carry the girls since they're a bit crazy, and we'll go down and see what we can organise. Come on, this way, girls. There's some in here anyway. They'll figure it out. They will not be happy to see us, young Gussie. Okay, so we'll give them a little bit of smoke in the front door. I don't think we're going to need a hive tool, but if we do, you happen to have one.
I do.
Hello, chickie babes. Look, they're all on the roof. What we actually might do is we might really stir them up and shake them actually off the top of the roof in case the queen's up there.
That's true. Now they won't be happy with you.
No, definitely not. We'll just pop the queen excluder on. Very good. Since you're young, I might send you over to get the super.
I can do that.
I've only got 9 frames up the top here, so that so they can fatten up.
Beautiful.
You don't really need 10 in your box because if you leave 9 in there, then they'll actually build the comb out of, and it's a bit easier to extract your honey. And this way, you get it to be a bit more risen. Pop our lid on, and then hopefully and just relax a little bit.
So, what's some things I should know?
Well, the fun part is, now that, well, you should be right for another year or so, but once this mite thing gets here, you got to monitor for them pretty dramatically every month. But at the moment, you want to just make sure you go into your brood box at least twice a year and have a look that your brood's nice and, like, what you really want to look for is your larvae being nice and white, nice and glossy, and that's a good healthy sign. Yeah, you don't want too many sunken caps. But basically, the easiest way to go about it in the first instance is just to make sure when you have a look at the larvae, it's nice and white and clean. You really might as well start practicing your mite washes and see where that's at and practice it before it matters.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully never.
Hopefully never, but who knows. And then the other thing is really helpful to do is when you're just chilling out and you want to just come down and see what they're doing and you don't actually want to lift everything off, just see what pollen they're bringing in.
So
and you can see on their legs. There's one here that I saw a minute ago. She's got yellow. Really, and then and if they're bringing in a few different colours, that's a good sign. And generally the amount of pollen they're bringing in, not always, it's an indicator that they're breeding up a bit because the pollen is something they love. If you're wondering and you don't actually want to go and lift the lid off, you can just feel the weight of the box, which is quite light at this stage.
It's really just the box weight. It's just the weight of the wood.
And as it fills up with honey, you'll feel that weight change. And then you can pop the lid off and like top your top off here and have a look in your super. And you can, after a little while, you'll be able to even see down the frames as to how they're looking. And then you just bring one up, and then once the honey frame's capped, well, then you can get yourself some honey, and away you go. You see how the girls are here in the entrance and they're fanning with and they've really got their tail open. And that's because they're sending out a pheromone to the other bees to say, hey, this is where they put us. Come over here. Right, very good. Let's see what's in the back of the gig. See what's going on. Oh, they're still there a bit. Ah, well, they'll be all right. They'll work it out.
As Mark's apprentice, do you want to send us out, Jesse?
I can. I've been practicing for you. So, thank you all very much for watching and supporting the show.
Don't forget, click like, subscribe, share, tell your Auntie Jack.